Have you ever wondered what it truly takes to leave Earth behind? Imagine preparing your mind and body for a journey beyond human limits. Becoming an astronaut is not just a dream, it is relentless preparation. The journey begins long before stepping inside a powerful, roaring rocket. Astronauts train for years before experiencing even a moment of space. Every step of preparation is designed to test limits and build resilience. The process starts with intense physical and mental evaluations. Only the strongest and most adaptable candidates move forward successfully. Astronauts must maintain peak physical fitness at all times. Their bodies must endure extreme pressure, acceleration, and weightlessness effects. Rigorous medical exams ensure astronauts can survive harsh space conditions. Even minor health issues can disqualify a candidate immediately. Mental strength is just as important as physical endurance. Astronauts face isolation, stress, and unpredictable dangerous situations regularly. Psychological tests measure focus, patience, and emotional stability under pressure. Candidates must prove they can remain calm in life-threatening scenarios. Training also includes teamwork and communication skill development. Astronauts never work alone. Cooperation is essential for survival. Simulations begin early to introduce real mission-like environments. These simulations recreate emergencies that astronauts may face in space. From fire outbreaks to system failures, everything is practiced repeatedly. Mistakes during training are lessons that prevent disasters during missions. Astronauts also undergo underwater training to simulate weightlessness conditions. Large pools help mimic the feeling of floating in space. This training prepares them for repairing equipment during spacewalks. Spacewalks require precision, patience, and incredible physical control. Even simple tasks become extremely challenging in zero-gravity environments. Astronauts must learn to move efficiently without wasting energy. They practice using specialized tools while wearing bulky spacesuits. These suits are heavy on Earth but behave differently in space. Learning to control movements inside these suits takes extensive practice. Astronauts also train in high-speed aircraft for real flight experiences. Fighter jets help simulate the intense forces felt during launch. These experiences prepare astronauts for the overwhelming rocket acceleration. Breathing techniques are taught to handle extreme pressure changes. Astronauts must remain conscious and alert during intense physical stress. Survival training is another critical part of astronaut preparation. They learn how to survive in deserts, oceans, and freezing environments. This ensures readiness for unexpected landing situations anywhere on Earth. Astronauts may land far from civilization after returning from space. Being prepared for survival increases their chances of safe recovery. Technical knowledge is also a huge part of astronaut training. Astronauts study spacecraft systems, engineering basics, and scientific principles deeply. They must understand every system they rely on during missions. If something fails, astronauts must fix it themselves immediately. There is no mechanic waiting in space to repair critical systems. Continuous learning keeps astronauts sharp and ready for unexpected challenges. They train using realistic spacecraft replicas for hands-on experience. These replicas allow astronauts to practice tasks in familiar environments. Muscle memory becomes essential during high-pressure mission situations. Every movement must become automatic and precise under stress. Astronauts also learn emergency evacuation procedures repeatedly. Quick decision-making can mean the difference between life and death. They practice escaping spacecraft under extreme time constraints regularly. Fire drills, system shutdowns, and rapid exits are essential skills. Even communication systems are practiced under simulated failure conditions. Astronauts must adapt quickly when technology does not cooperate. Language training is sometimes required for international mission cooperation. Astronauts often work with global teams from different countries. Clear communication ensures smooth operations and avoids dangerous misunderstandings. Preparation also includes understanding the mission's scientific objectives. Astronauts are not just travelers, they are researchers and explorers. every experiment must be performed with accuracy and discipline. Their work contributes to humanity's knowledge and future space exploration. And this is only the beginning of their extraordinary preparation journey. What happens when gravity no longer holds your body firmly in place? Astronauts must prepare for a world where up and down disappear completely. Zero gravity changes how muscles, bones, and even blood behave. Without preparation, the human body weakens rapidly in space environments. To prevent this, astronauts follow intense strength and conditioning programs. Daily workouts are designed to build endurance, flexibility, and muscle stability. Resistance training helps protect muscles from shrinking in microgravity conditions. Bone density training is equally important to prevent long-term damage. Astronauts use specialized machines that simulate weightlifting without actual weights. These machines mimic resistance experienced under Earth's gravitational pull. Cardiovascular fitness is another major focus during astronaut training. Strong hearts ensure astronauts can handle extreme physical stress situations. Running, cycling, and swimming are part of their daily routines. Fitness is not optional. It is critical for survival in space. Training also includes adapting to confined and restricted environments. Spacecraft interiors are small, tight, and filled with complex equipment. Astronauts practice living and working in limited spaces for extended periods. This helps reduce discomfort and claustrophobic reactions during real missions. Sleep training is another unexpected but essential preparation component. Astronauts must learn to sleep whilst floating in unusual positions. Their bodies must adapt to new rhythms without a normal day-night cycle. Light exposure training helps regulate sleep patterns in space conditions. Nutrition also plays a critical role in astronaut preparation. Carefully designed diets ensure astronauts receive all essential nutrients. Food in space must be lightweight, durable, and easy to consume. Astronauts practice eating space food before their missions begin. They learn how to manage food without gravity pulling it down. Even drinking water requires special techniques in zero gravity. Hydration is monitored carefully to maintain optimal physical performance. Astronauts must also train their vestibular system for balance changes. The inner ear struggles to adapt when gravity suddenly disappears. This can cause disorientation and motion sickness during early mission stages. Special training helps astronauts cope with these uncomfortable sensations. Rotating chairs and motion simulators are used for this purpose. These exercises prepare astronauts for dizziness and spatial confusion. Over time, the brain learns to adjust to new environmental conditions. Breathing techniques are reinforced to maintain calm during disorientation. Controlled breathing helps reduce panic and improve mental clarity. Astronauts also practice performing tasks whilst feeling uncomfortable or dizzy. This ensures mission tasks continue even during physical discomfort. Reaction time training sharpens their ability to respond instantly. Quick reflexes are essential when unexpected problems arise in space. Simulation environments become more complex as training progresses. Astronauts handle multiple tasks simultaneously under strict time pressure. Multitasking becomes second nature through repeated exposure and practice. Communication drills continue under noisy and chaotic simulated conditions. Astronauts must understand instructions even in confusing environments. Listening carefully becomes a life-saving skill during missions. Precision is emphasized in every action astronauts perform. Small mistakes in space can lead to serious consequences quickly. Team bonding exercises strengthen trust between crew members deeply. Trust ensures astronauts rely on each other without hesitation. Group problem-solving activities simulate real mission challenges effectively. Astronauts learn to resolve conflicts calmly and professionally. Emotional control is critical when tensions rise during missions. Long-duration mission training pushes mental endurance to new levels. Astronauts may spend months preparing for isolation conditions. Simulated missions can last weeks inside controlled environments. These simulations mirror real space missions as closely as possible. Every detail is carefully designed to challenge human limits. Astronauts emerge stronger, more focused, and mentally prepared. Their bodies adapt, but their minds become their greatest strength. Preparation transforms ordinary individuals into extraordinary explorers. Yet even this intense training is only part of the journey. The next phase takes astronauts even closer to real space conditions. What if you could experience space without ever leaving Earth's surface? Astronauts rely heavily on advanced simulations to prepare for real missions. These simulations recreate space conditions with remarkable accuracy and detail. Every movement, sound, and delay is carefully designed to feel real. One of the most critical tools is the full-scale spacecraft simulator. These simulators replicate every control, screen, and system astronauts will use. Astronauts spend countless hours practicing inside these realistic environments. They learn how to operate systems without hesitation or confusion. Emergency scenarios are repeatedly introduced to test quick thinking skills. System failures are simulated to challenge problem-solving abilities under pressure. Astronauts must identify issues and respond within seconds effectively. There is no time for hesitation during real mission emergencies. Communication delays are also simulated to mimic deep space missions. Astronauts learn to operate independently without immediate support from Earth. This builds confidence and self-reliance in critical situations. Virtual reality technology enhances the realism of training experiences. Astronauts can explore spacecraft and spacewalk environments through immersive simulations. This prepares them for unfamiliar surroundings before actual missions begin. Spacewalk simulations are amongst the most challenging training exercises. Astronauts wear suits and practice complex repairs in controlled environments. Neutral buoyancy labs are used to simulate weightlessness effectively. Massive water tanks replicate the sensation of floating in space. Astronauts perform tasks underwater for hours to build endurance. Each movement must be slow, precise, and energy efficient. In space, rushing can lead to mistakes and dangerous situations. Lighting conditions are adjusted to simulate sunlight and darkness in orbit. Astronauts learn how shadows affect visibility during space operations. They practice working with limited vision and restricted movement conditions. This prepares them for the harsh and unpredictable environment outside spacecraft. Robotic arm training is another crucial simulation component. Astronauts learn to operate robotic systems used for repairs and docking. Precision and coordination are essential for these delicate operations. Even small errors can damage equipment or endanger crew members. Docking simulations prepare astronauts for connecting spacecraft safely. This requires exact timing, control, and coordination with ground teams. Astronauts repeat docking procedures until they become second nature. Habitability simulations focus on daily life inside spacecraft environments. Astronauts practice routine activities like cleaning, organizing, and maintenance tasks. Even simple routines must be adapted to zero-gravity conditions. Waste management training ensures hygiene and safety during long missions. Every system inside a spacecraft must function flawlessly at all times. Astronauts are trained to troubleshoot and repair issues immediately. Simulated missions often run continuously for several days or weeks. These extended simulations test endurance and consistency under pressure. Astronauts follow strict schedules similar to real mission timelines. Fatigue management becomes critical during these demanding exercises. Mistakes are analyzed carefully to improve performance continuously. Feedback sessions help astronauts learn from every training scenario. Instructors push astronauts to their limits to build resilience. Confidence grows as astronauts successfully handle complex simulations. Crew coordination improves with each repeated mission scenario. Trust and communication become stronger through shared challenges. Astronauts begin to think and react like seasoned professionals. The line between simulation and reality starts to blur. Every scenario is designed to prepare them for the unexpected. Nothing is left to chance during astronaut training programs. Even rare emergencies are practiced to ensure readiness. This level of preparation reduces risks during actual missions significantly. Astronauts become comfortable in environments that once felt impossible. Their confidence is built on experience, not just knowledge. By now, they are closer than ever to real space conditions. But one final challenge still awaits before launch day arrives. This next stage tests their readiness in the most intense way. It pushes both mind and body to absolute limits, and it determines whether they are truly ready for space. What separates a trained astronaut from one truly ready for space? The final phase of preparation pushes every limit beyond comfort zones. Astronauts now face the most intense and realistic training scenarios possible. These tests are designed to simulate real mission pressure perfectly. Every second counts, and every decision carries serious consequences. One critical test involves full mission simulations from start to finish. Astronauts follow exact timelines, just like during actual space missions. Launch procedures are rehearsed repeatedly until flawless execution becomes natural. Countdown sequences are practiced with absolute precision and discipline. Even the smallest error during launch preparation can be catastrophic. Astronauts must memorize every step without hesitation or confusion. Control room communication is synchronized with astronaut responses perfectly. These rehearsals involve entire teams working together under strict coordination. Astronauts must trust both their crew and ground control completely. Pressure increases as unexpected problems are introduced suddenly. Simulated malfunctions test how astronauts react under extreme stress. Quick thinking and teamwork determine success during these intense moments. There is no room for panic when systems begin to fail. Astronauts must remain calm while solving complex technical problems quickly. Fire emergency simulations are among the most dangerous training exercises. Astronauts practice handling onboard fires with limited resources available. Smoke, alarms, and confusion are recreated to feel frighteningly real. Every action must be controlled and precise to prevent disaster. Depressurization drills simulate air leaks inside spacecraft cabins. Astronauts must locate and seal leaks before oxygen levels drop dangerously. Time pressure makes these scenarios extremely challenging and stressful. Water landing simulations prepare astronauts for unexpected ocean landings. They practice exiting capsules while surrounded by deep water conditions. Waves, wind, and limited visibility add to the complexity. Astronauts must stay calm while waiting for rescue teams. Cold weather survival training tests endurance in freezing environments. Astronauts learn to build shelters and conserve body heat effectively. Heat survival training prepares them for desert landing situations. Extreme temperatures challenge both physical strength and mental focus. Astronauts must adapt quickly to any environment on Earth. Psychological endurance is tested through isolation and confinement exercises. Astronauts may spend days without outside contact during simulations. This prepares them for long missions far away from Earth. Emotional control becomes critical when facing isolation and stress. Astronauts must manage fear, boredom, and frustration effectively. Final medical checks ensure astronauts are in perfect condition. Any health concern is addressed immediately before mission approval. Nutrition plans are adjusted to match mission duration and goals. Astronauts receive final briefings about mission objectives and risks. Every detail is reviewed carefully to avoid misunderstandings. Equipment checks are repeated multiple times for absolute reliability. Astronauts inspect their suits, tools, and personal gear thoroughly. Confidence grows as everything falls into place before launch day. Family and emotional preparation also play an important role. Astronauts say goodbye knowing the risks involved in space travel. This moment requires courage, strength, and deep personal commitment. The reality of the mission becomes more intense each passing hour. Final rehearsals bring everything together in one complete sequence. Astronauts must perform perfectly from beginning to end. Every movement is calculated, practiced, and executed with precision. The margin for error becomes incredibly small at this stage. Confidence is now built on years of preparation and discipline. Astronauts are no longer trainees, they are mission-ready professionals. The countdown to launch becomes a powerful emotional experience. Excitement mixes with responsibility as the moment approaches rapidly. Everything they have learned leads to this single defining moment. The journey from Earth to space is about to begin, but preparation does not end even at the launch pad. The next phase reveals what happens just before liftoff. And it may be the most intense moment of all. What truly goes through an astronaut's mind moments before launch begins? The final countdown is where preparation meets reality in powerful ways. Astronauts enter the spacecraft hours before the scheduled launch time. Every movement is guided by strict procedures and expert ground teams. They wear specialized suits designed to protect them during emergencies. These suits regulate temperature, pressure, and provide oxygen if needed. Sitting inside the spacecraft feels both familiar and intensely overwhelming. Years of training now lead to this single life-changing moment. Astronauts are strapped into their seats in precise positions. These seats are designed to support their bodies during extreme acceleration. Communication systems are tested repeatedly before final launch approval. Astronauts confirm every system status with ground control carefully. Silence inside the cabin is filled with focus and anticipation. Each astronaut runs through checklists one final time. These checklists ensure nothing has been overlooked or forgotten. Even the smallest detail can impact mission success significantly. Outside, the rocket stands ready, filled with powerful fuel. The energy stored inside is enough to escape Earth's gravity. Inside the cabin, vibrations begin as systems power up gradually. Astronauts feel the spacecraft coming alive beneath them. Breathing becomes controlled as they prepare for intense forces ahead. Heart rates may rise, but training keeps emotions in check. The countdown begins, echoing through speakers and mission control rooms. Each number brings them closer to leaving Earth behind. Astronauts remain calm, focused, and fully aware of every second. Final system checks confirm that everything is functioning perfectly. Any issue at this stage could delay or cancel the launch. The responsibility carried by astronauts becomes incredibly real now. They trust their training, their team, and the technology completely. The engines ignite with a deep, powerful rumble. The entire spacecraft begins to shake with controlled intensity. Astronauts feel the raw power pushing against their bodies. Acceleration builds rapidly as the rocket prepares to lift off. The force presses them firmly into their seats. Communication continues clearly, despite noise and vibration increasing. Astronauts report their status calmly and confidently. The moment of liftoff arrives with unstoppable energy. The rocket leaves the ground, carrying them into the sky. Gravity begins to lose its hold as they ascend higher. The world below becomes smaller with every passing second. Astronauts experience forces far beyond everyday human experience. Their training allows them to stay conscious and focused. Every second during ascent requires constant monitoring and awareness. Systems are checked continuously to ensure safe flight conditions. The atmosphere begins to thin as they climb toward space. Vibrations slowly decrease as the rocket reaches higher altitudes. Stages of the rocket separate according to precise timing. Each separation reduces weight and increases efficiency during ascent. Astronauts feel changes in motion as each stage completes. Soon, the intense pressure begins to ease gradually. The transition from Earth to space becomes more noticeable. Weightlessness begins to take effect inside the spacecraft. Objects start to float, signaling arrival into microgravity conditions. Astronauts adjust quickly, just as they practiced many times. The journey into space has officially begun successfully, but their mission is far from over at this point. Now they must live and work in space conditions. Every skill they learned will be tested in real time. The challenges ahead are both exciting and unpredictable. Astronauts must remain focused on mission goals and safety. Their preparation now becomes their greatest advantage in space. Every lesson learned on Earth supports them in orbit. The real adventure begins once they fully enter space. But what happens after they finally arrive in orbit? The final part reveals life and work beyond Earth completely. What happens once astronauts finally leave Earth and enter orbit? The moment of weightlessness transforms everything they once knew about movement. Floating becomes natural, but every action requires careful control and awareness. Astronauts must adapt quickly to this completely new environment. Daily routines change dramatically in the absence of gravity. Even simple tasks like eating or brushing teeth become challenging. Food must be secured carefully to prevent it from floating away. Water forms floating bubbles that must be captured before drifting off. Sleeping also requires adjustment to a weightless environment. Astronauts strap themselves into sleeping bags attached to walls. There is no up or down, only controlled positioning in space. Despite these challenges, astronauts quickly develop new habits. Their training allows them to function efficiently in microgravity conditions. Work begins almost immediately after reaching orbit successfully. Astronauts conduct scientific experiments that cannot be done on Earth. These experiments help scientists understand space, biology, and physics better. Microgravity allows unique research opportunities with valuable discoveries. Astronauts must follow strict procedures while conducting experiments. Precision and accuracy remain critical even in weightless conditions. Maintenance tasks are also part of daily responsibilities in space. Astronauts inspect systems to ensure everything operates smoothly. Repairs must be handled quickly to avoid serious complications. Spacewalks are sometimes required to fix external equipment. These missions outside the spacecraft are both thrilling and dangerous. Astronauts rely heavily on their training during these moments. Every movement outside must be slow, controlled, and deliberate. One mistake could lead to serious consequences in open space. Communication with mission control remains constant throughout operations. Ground teams provide guidance, support, and updated instructions regularly. Astronauts report findings and system conditions continuously. Teamwork between space and Earth ensures mission success. Exercise continues daily to maintain physical health in space. Without gravity, muscles and bones can weaken quickly over time. Specialized equipment helps astronauts stay strong during long missions. Fitness routines are strictly followed to prevent health issues. Mental health is also a major focus during space missions. Isolation and distance from Earth can affect emotional well-being. Astronauts stay connected with family through scheduled communications. Relaxation activities help reduce stress and maintain balance. Looking at Earth from space often provides emotional comfort. The view reminds astronauts of their purpose and connection to humanity. Time management becomes essential in structured daily schedules. Every hour is planned carefully to maximize productivity. Astronauts must balance work, exercise, and rest efficiently. Unexpected challenges can arise at any moment in space. Training prepares astronauts to handle these situations calmly. Problem-solving skills are used constantly during missions. Confidence grows with each successful task completed in orbit. Astronauts become more comfortable with life in space over time. Their adaptability allows them to thrive in extreme conditions. Missions may last weeks, months, or even longer durations. Each day brings new experiences and scientific discoveries. Astronauts contribute valuable knowledge for future space exploration. Their work helps prepare humanity for missions beyond Earth's orbit. Eventually, the mission comes to an end, and return begins. Re-entry into Earth's atmosphere is another intense experience. Gravity returns, and the body must readjust once again. Landing safely marks the completion of their incredible journey. Recovery teams assist astronauts immediately after returning to Earth. Physical rehabilitation helps them regain strength after space travel. Their experiences provide insights that improve future missions. Astronauts often share their knowledge with new trainees. the cycle of preparation continues for the next generation. From training to space, every step is a remarkable achievement. And that is how astronauts prepare, survive, and thrive beyond Earth.